some new shows. All right, in the guest room, in the green room, I'm bringing in Risa Jenkins from the CEO of Treasured Gifts. She joins us now. Good evening. How are you?
Hey, Gabe.
How are you? How's your Friday evening going?
Hey, look.
There you go. Cheers. I'm gonna toast the camera. Bam. Great
That's
to
how
meet
this
you.
Friday's going. It's going good. A little bit of everything, as you can imagine. Tomorrow's the big day, so it's like tying up loose
Yes.
ends and all of that. And then it's like I got my eyebrows done, and the tint is like all crazy. So it's like I just drew me with a permanent marker. Like what the heck? But okay.
All right. You know, I've for my day job, we do like professional developments, and I know just how absolutely nerve wracking it is to make sure the guest list is right, make sure that all your handouts are good, the projector is set up correctly, the computer, like everything's plugged in. I've never done anything on the grand scale of what we're about to do tomorrow, but you're about to do tomorrow that I'm part. Take me into like kind of like like pacing yourself, but also just kind of like it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Not okay.
I know it's gonna be great. It's going to be great. But it's always the day before anything, like a huge party, maybe that special date, or I don't know, going to church for the first time in years. It's just like anxiety driven.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. I'm so glad that you guys wrote me into it. It sounds like a fantastic event that's doing a lot of positivity for domestic violence prevention and intervention. I was talking at the top of the show that I was reading an article where at the height of COVID, when we were right going into the stay-at-home orders, there's a lot of reporting and some data that was coming in that obviously the danger of catching the disease is outdoors, but the dangers of staying closer to someone who's in a volatile relationship is even that much more dangerous. And so there's been a number of increased domestic violence that's occurring throughout this country and probably the world from people who are in dysfunctional relationships who are now forced to be with the person that's victimizing them. Is that I know there's no quick answer to any of that or a solution to how do we solve that. But I guess like, what are you, not even just you, but kind of what are you seeing from either men or women who are in those kind of relationships and how they're managing? Because it's not easy to just during the pandemic to just up and leave.
Right.
If you lost your job or if you're being furloughed or if your hours are cut. It's not easy to just relocate when everyone's staying still. So that has to be a really harsh reality for a lot of people.
It really is. I mean, these COVID times are just they're the worst. But I'm glad you did say that because despite what's going on the outside that's forced you to stay inside, by all means, if you're in a domestic violent relationship, the hotline is still available. There's shelters that's still available. Still get help. Don't let that be the reason why you stay somewhere where your life is in danger. Take that chance, take that chance, get out there, call, run away, something. It's just like the first thing I keep thinking of is just like run. Like I know it's COVID, but it's like COVID or my life, so
there's no good decisions.
Yeah,
it's all bad.
It's all bad. It really is. But we got the national hotline number, and hold on, I'm gonna give it right now. It's 1-800-799-SAFE. Again, that's 1-800-799-SAFE. Please call that national hotline number if you or someone else find yourself in this situation. I know personally domestic violence organizations, they are trying to do the extra steps to be more proactive. We are essential workers. So, although this is what's going on right now, we're not closing our doors. We're not ending our services. We are still available. We are still here.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about how you, what made you want a nonprofit? Well, what was there an incident or just an event that took place in your life that just gravitated you towards this important cause? Because we do need more advocacy for domestic violence. Is one
Mhm.
out of the many things that have got lost in the shuffle of COVID. I think this is one of the more important focuses that has got lost that we need to pay more attention to of what's happening with people who are in volatile relationships. But what brought you into the work?
So, what brought me to creating my own organization is from personal experience. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. My daughter is a survivor of domestic violence. And before I get into that, I want to make a point that although 2020 would seem like the worst year to start a business, especially a nonprofit, that's more of the reasons why I really had to push for it happening this year because the numbers are rising. So I just kind of wanted to show, like, if I can steal, if I believe in the cause that much that I'm willing to put everything on the line and go ahead and start this despite of what's going on, hopefully that can give an individual or individuals that same strength to reach out for help if they need it. But like I said, I'm a survivor, and I've been in a couple of volatile relationships, but one one that like kind of hit home was like it was 4 years ago. 4 years ago exact to the date on yesterday. Yesterday was my 4 year anniversary. Um man, this relationship was crazy. It was like positively a wild ride. Um, it's like living by the moment, day by day. It wasn't nothing too crazy. If anything, we had arguments and whatever. Then it'll fold over and we'll be fine. But it was literally just this one specific day that he's just snapped, literally out of nowhere, just snapped, and it definitely got completely out of control. Drugs were involved, so of course that didn't make it any better. And I found myself literally fighting for my life that night. um I know I was in the hospital, and when I came back home from being in the hospital, my home was completely destroyed. Everything that was valuable, well, everything that was of value to me, to my daughter, everything that was expensive, more so everything that was expensive was stolen. So I was robbed first, and then everything else that you can't move out by yourself was completely destroyed. Um, it's just insane. So the last thing was when I went into my bedroom, my bed was like all burnt and melty. So they tried to burn my house down and just like kind of stopped with the bed. And from then, I had no choice but to move. It was the worst living conditions. You can't live in something like that. Me and my daughter, we had to pack each other up because we didn't have anything to take with us. And we stayed in a hotel actually until family members were able to, house us to help us. And so from that we start doing counseling and therapy and just connecting with other individuals that was in our circumstance. And my daughter actually started gifting individuals, unbeknownst to me. So like if her grandma like got her like a little stuffed animal or something, she's going to therapy and she's taking it to the other kids because she's like, I don't want them to feel the way that we feel. And it's just like, how can you be mad at that? So I found out she was actually getting her healing by giving back, by being passionate, by focusing on helping others, than really focusing on what our initial, issue was, our circumstance.
Mhm.
And so I start, following her lead. So now we're both just gifting other victims in our shoes. And we've been doing that for years. And so now we have an organization that does exactly that. And the whole hope is for anyone who finds themselves in that situation where it's like fight or flight and you got to go and you don't have anything at all, from clothes, shoes, toys, hygiene products, beauty products, household items. There's finally an organization that you could come to and say exactly what you need, and we will get that for you. If we don't have it, we're going to host a donation drive for specific items that you need. And that's how we got started. That's why it's called Rihanna's Treasured Gifts. My daughter name is Rhianna.
Nice. That was gonna be my next question. Who is Rihanna? So, so great segue.
Yeah. Um, did you say which Rihanna?
No. Who was Rihanna? That's what I was
Oh,
saying.
like you, I thought you said which one. I'm like, I wish it was the famous.
No. I assume that it's not the same person. I assume you said 40 years ago this event happened.
40 Gabe. How old do I look?
No, I'm just no. That's what I thought I heard. I'm sorry. That's why
No,
I was like, my goodness. Like, if you're like in your 50s or
years ago.
60s, you look phenomenal. Good for you. But no, I'm just trying to make sure. So I assume that's 4 years ago.
Yes, 4 years ago.
Okay, great. Got it. Well, I'm great, but yeah, I'm glad the date right or the time span right. How has your, if you don't mind me asking, how does your daughter still remember these moments? Is she has there been any coping or that has needed to occur for her to discuss what she experienced? I mean, I can imagine these are very traumatic experiences that don't leave you; they stay with you. So,
Right.
have you guys been able to counsel through that?
Yeah. Counseling has been more so touch and go with her. I believe I'm more so traumatized by it because it happened directly to me. She more so just witnessed it.
Sure.
She does whenever she expressed concerns. I know around the time, shortly after it happened, she was like on this mission, like little itty bitty old her was on this mission of like, I'm gonna protect mommy. And she had like these plastic fake ninja knives, and like she was just like on go mode of just like every corner. She was like, ha, who are you? Okay, you're good, you're safe. Like it was it's funny now, but it messed with me then. Like, oh my God, my daughter feels like every time we see someone or we're anywhere that her job is to protect me, and it should never be that. It should be the other way around. I'm the mother. I'm supposed to protect you.
Right.
But leading up until today, we've done classes. We both have taken taekwondo. We both have taken boxing classes. I'm working on my concealing carry, but we both, we have been taking care of ourselves in terms of self-defense. So now, she's good. She's pretty much, she's good for the most part. But of course, if something triggers her, or if anything, I'm definitely still open to counseling and therapy. I'm on that. We're going.
Great. All right. Well, let's preview tomorrow night. It's going down over at Esmeralda's One World Cocktail. That's 2539 West Division Street here in Chicago. For all our Chicagoans there tonight. From I think we initially had the 6 to 10, but we're probably going to 9 o'clock with the new in place that now that the city is going back into some second stage lockdown from the spring. I don't even know the stages anymore. But let's talk a little bit about how can people get involved. How is there still tickets available for people to come out if they want to still participate and show up in person?
I really, really wish that we could, but we had to end ticket sales about, what was it, 3 days ago? I want to say.
Oh, okay.
We had to end ticket sales 3 days ago. So according to what the new, COVID regulations are for, bars and restaurants, we had to adhere to that. So ticket sales stopped. But if I'm not mistaken, somebody from the team is going to go live. So, you can see snippets here or there, but the whole main goal, it's a fundraiser. So we have our shirts that we're selling. They're still available on Eventbrite. We have all the art pieces listed. They're on Eventbrite. They're available to purchase. If you would like to, please go to Eventbrite, put in Breakthough, and you will see our event. You have to click on tickets, scroll all the way down, and you will see the different variations of the shirts, as well as you will see all of the art pieces that we have. And that's the only thing we can do right now. I wish everybody could come.
Right. No, I mean, of course, everyone needs, procedures and stuff as we can, as well as we can. But it's such a great cause. So if people can't physically be there, they can still go to the Eventbrite and purchase one of the items that's up for sale, and that would help contribute to the night, right?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, I'll be there. I'm happy to be there. If you need me moving tables, putting up some extra banners, balloons, strings, I'm one of those, like, whatever you need. If I'm there, I'm there. I'm there to help. So I'm happy that you guys are including me in the evening. I expect that I'll learn a lot from conversing with those who are in person, and
Mhm.
more about the cause of fighting domestic violence. And so I'm just really excited to experience what the evening to bring.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm so excited. We're going to party tomorrow. We're gonna have fun. But yeah, we're all gonna learn more about it. We have a representative from Wings that's coming.
Mhm.
She's gonna go over, what domestic violence is, what it looks like, who it happens to, give us the updated statistics, as well as explain who Wings is, what they're about. And of course, the main important one is the safety plan. I think everyone that if you kind of know if you're in a toxic relationship and like, okay, maybe I might need to think of an escape plan. We're totally going to have the tools there for that, and we're going to have a Q&A section too.
Fantastic. Yeah, that was one of the things. I know we only have a few more minutes left, but I think it's worth
Mhm.
mentioning that sometimes and I don't say this um, as someone who doesn't understand what a toxic relationship looks like, but maybe there are women or men who are in toxic relationships that just don't they just don't know the signs, they don't know the behaviors, and
Right.
it's completely normal. And I work with some schools, and that's one of the things that they try to raise awareness, especially with young girls and young boys who are just
Hmm.
entering high school, of like, okay, if you're gonna date, here's what a positive relationship looks like and it should feel like. So I noticed some of that groundwork is being done early with students, but I also know that there's a large part of this country that does not does not
Yeah.
read into that level of education. So that they just, if a young woman or man who's in a relationship and that's all they know, and they've been in that relationship for so long, and
Hmm.
that's just their comfort and their norm, and they've been conditioned to be treated a certain way. That's all they're going to know. So it's maybe that education is still valuable for those who've been in long term relationships to be considered abusive.
Yeah, the education is definitely important because, aside from just like, you've been in a relationship for so long, you don't even realize that sometimes you can grow up seeing this, right? So if you grew up and you saw like mom and dad getting into it all the time, or auntie and uncle, or whomever, you saw someone in your life living this type of lifestyle, you look at that as a normality. So
Mm.
now when you experience it, you're thinking, okay, this is what love is. This is what it means to stick it out. This is what it means for this, that, and the other. This is normal. And it sucks that something so terrible can be normalized in that way. But that's another reason why awareness is so important, to learn what's going on, right? And so you can do a self eval and figure out like, hey, what's going on. And then of course, once you've gone to that, that's why we have all these resources to help you through whatever step or process that you're at.
Absolutely. All right. Well, tell people. I know we mentioned we'll post up the link on the socials for the event,
Mhm.
right? But tell people where they can like stay up to date, like with Rihanna's treasured gifts, how they can follow you guys on the socials or visit the website. Plug away.
We are on like every single social media platform. We're on Facebook. Just put in Rihanna's Treasured Gifts. This logo actually will pop up. Oh, I thought my hand would be the opposite way. Okay, well, this logo will pop up here.
Right is left, left is right. Right.
We're on Instagram. Same thing. Rihanna's Treasured Gifts. What else are we on? We are on Snapchat. I want to say that's possibly RTG underscore team.
Mm.
We are on Twitter. Now, Twitter's interesting because I never know which name is supposed to be the one. Like, is it the @ in the blue or is it the black one?
Well, they're all well. You're Your name should just pop up. But if you're like any social media, if you're tagging someone
Okay. So Rihanna's treasured gifts, and then cross our fingers that that one is me. If not, I saw it was like Rihanna's G. So I'm like, okay. So Rihanna's treasured gifts or Rihanna's G. That's us on Twitter. I'm learning how to do TikTok, but we're on there too. And that's pretty much it. But on all of our social sites, we are updating daily, or if not daily, at least every other 2 days. We're telling you about donation drives. We're telling you about events that we're having. We're posting information in terms of like stats. We're posting different things in terms of education. We're posting resources, everything you need to know about DV. If we don't know it, we have a resource for it, and that's where you can find it on all of our social media platforms.
Fantastic. TikTok, just let your daughter be the marketing coordinator on TikTok. The kids are masters of that. I don't.
Yeah. I believe I'm gonna let her, because she was like, Mom, this is so easy. Like, why haven't we done a TikTok? I was like, because I don't know what I'm doing. So
because I'm over 30, dear. That's why I haven't done TikTok. That's why.
Right.
That's why. Well, I look forward to tomorrow. Thank you for joining us here on Weekend at Gabe's. Our second show is in the books. I appreciate you making time for us tonight to join us on Twitch.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored.
And enjoy the rest of your evening.
Likewise. I will see you tomorrow.
You most certainly will. All right. Have a great night. All right. Appreciate you joining us.
All right. You too.
All right. That was Risa Jenkins, the CEO of Rihanna's Treasured Gifts. I'm going to be over at Esmeralda's in Humboldt Park. So come out and join if you can. Tickets are sold out, so you can't join, but virtually. So follow them on the social media. Contribute to a very important event and a very important cause. All right, so that's going to be our time. I'm Gabe Mendoza, or Weekend Gabe, holding it down from my office. Show number 2 is in the books. Thanks to everyone who was checking us out. Don't forget to follow us on the social medias at Weekend Gabe. We're going to try to get the podcast up and cut out some snippets and put it up on our other socials at Weekend Gabe on the IG and Facebook. So people who hadn't get a chance to see the entire show, they're able to do that. So we're on. And take care of yourself, all right? Let's do it again next Tuesday right here on Weekend at Gabe's. Have a great night, guys. Good night.